You would think 1mm wouldn't make that much of a difference, but it definitely does, you know.
That's what she said.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. All right, we got ourselves a new Smith & Wesson. This is the new M&P 10mm. But now we got the Performance Center treatment in this thing. So let's walk around the gun, then we're gonna take first shots right here on the range, talk about pros and cons as I see it right now. Make sure if you're not subscribed, do that because I'm gonna be comparing this thing as well. One thing I want to do as well while I'm here is show the difference between the regular 10mm M&P and this one. See how much that built-in porting actually helps us. So we got lightning cuts in the front of the slide, we got porting in the front of the barrel right there. High night sights. Thank you, Smith & Wesson. You put high night sights on this gun, makes total sense. I'm rocking the 508T Holocene on here. This is the green dot, by the way, which I had on the competitor. Ambidextrous controls, pretty much magazine release there. You have 4 interchangeable palm swells, and I've already switched this out to the small. And then you have the M&P treatment on the trigger. Now the M2.0 triggers are already really good. Then the Performance Center goes in there and adds their special sauce to make it even better. So we're gonna try that out. They sent me the one with the safety, not a huge deal, competition type gun, so I'm okay with that. And everything else is Smith & Wesson, man. Lifetime warranty viewport right there. And we got some Cellier and Bellet rounds loaded up. These are 15 round mags, by the way, full size gun. We're gonna load it, do first shots, get our impressions here. I got my buddy Mike today. I'm gonna get his impressions too. We're gonna compare it to that 10mm, talk about pros and cons, and see what I think if the Performance Center did their job and made this 10mm even better. Let's load up. All right, M&P 10 first shots. I'm using a P320 full-size holster, by the way. All right, let's see if it knocks those plates around. Oh yeah. Whoo, 10mm. You would think 1mm wouldn't make that much of a difference, but it definitely does, you know.
That's what she said.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. Or maybe she didn't. I don't know. That dot is on it, dude. On it, on it. Bum, bum, bum. Very nice. Let's load it up again, my dude. All right. So some of these rounds, when I first loaded it up, they had a little trouble going up the feed ramp. That one did the same thing. So did that one. Yeah, so we're within 100 rounds. So I'm gonna keep an eye on it, but I did want to mention that. Headshot. Ah, headshot. Shoulder shot. So we've only had the one type of ammo that we're running, the Cellular and Bellet 180 grain. This is the most issues I've ever had at a Smith. And so it's constantly just not feeding correctly.
Right.
Tap the back of the slide, boom, it's ready to go. We're at 150 rounds officially after these 6 shots. We have some Barnes, which is 155 grain. We're gonna run through it, right? Hollow points, make sure those run. And then I think on the next trip out, I'm just gonna get a variety of 10 mil and see if it'll run better with that. Yeah, all in all, kind of surprised it's having that many issues, you know? I think I had one failure to feed out of the original 10 mil there. And I've put a lot more rounds through it than this gun. Right. But, damn, the like we were talking about before, the recoil management on it.
Yes. It's very nice.
It's good.
Oh yeah.
It surprised you at first.
Yes. Yes. It's a little bit more than a 9mm, of course. Still seems like I'm all over the place.
Well, you made the letter C. That's pretty cool. Yep. Lean just a little bit. Just your upper body. There you go. All right, swap your mag.
But a smooth shooting gun feels really good in your hand. I like that gripping they have on it. It feels really good. Doesn't feel like you're going to drop it by any means.
Exactly. Okay. So Mike told me that it was my dot that was off. And so I'm gonna say it's not the dot, it's the shooter. So we're gonna get so we're gonna get Mike behind the gun again, and hopefully this time he'll just listen to me. That's all I need from Mike. Hold the camera and listen to me. That's it. So let's try it. It's already chambered, okay? What do you think about that dot?
I'm getting used to the dot. That's my first time shooting with a dot.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
So I'm getting used to the dot. If I can get me a couple more lessons, maybe I can hit something.
Yeah, well, I got you pretty good there.
Yeah, well,
I ain't gonna lie,
yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I mean, you were wasting ammo all over that berm.
Well,
and now we at least got you on target.
I was growing bullets.
Yeah, well, cool. I think that porting on the gun does really good. I didn't notice, I don't know, I've shot a lot of performance centers up to this point, and the trigger already feels good. I don't know that I noticed that much of a difference between the regular one, you know? I mean, here, you try them, you tell me what you think, but this one might be just a little bit lighter.
I think it is just a little bit though. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not that noticeable.
Right. So it's already a nice trigger. You know, whenever we had the first gen M&Ps, very similar to, and then they come out with the M2.0 from the Performance Center, it is like night and day. Obviously a different trigger design. They've switched to the flat face since, but this trigger is just phenomenal. And so I think that's why we're not seeing that big of a difference between these two, because this standard one's already pretty good.
Oh yeah, that's smoother than that.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah, the tuning on that gun is incredible. We're gonna shoot that one in a little bit too. That's a 9, but yeah, it's like I said, they switched to the flat face on the new ones, and this I think is better than the standard version of this. But this isn't the standard version. This is the Performance Center version. Right. So, yeah. All right, let's take some more shots, man, with this one. shooting tree. Okay, so new Smith & Wesson 10mm. Let's talk about what I like first, and then we'll go to the cons. First of all, the porting that they did on the gun. This thing shoots so much flatter than the original 10mm. So that's a good thing, man. Obviously, keeping the muzzle down, very enjoyable to shoot. You still get 15 rounds in the gun. Love the fact that they put high night sights on this. Although it's not threaded, you still can co-witness with your optic. By the way, I'm a fan of Holosun, and the 508T specifically is definitely one of my favorites that I've used so far. But porting all of that kind of stuff is good. You, of course, get Smith & Wesson lifetime warranty. Love the grip texturing and the 18-degree grip angle. So it's just Smith & Wesson. It's what I love about Smith & Wesson, all wrapped up in a Performance Center 10mm. Now, I think the trigger is a little lighter and a little crisper than the original, okay? But it's not as big of a difference as the old Performance Centers are. Those old Performance Centers, man, you really could tell those guys tuned that thing, and it was so much different. But you still get a little bit of that stuff, and of course with the different slide and everything else we just talked about, right? Stainless steel components, armor night finish. I've ran Smith & Wessons now for years. These things hold up really well. The cons on it, I'm not sure why they reverted back to these slide serrations. Although the fish scale style serrations are cool, I really like what they did with the competitor. They changed up the whole design. Much better there if you want to do press checks and all that kind of stuff. So I wish they kind of would have kept with this. This may be a metal only type of thing that they're doing with these serrations, but regardless, I kind of wish they would have stuck with that. Also, we had some issues. We had some feeding issues. And I think next time I get it out here, once we do the 1,000-round review, hopefully you'll subscribe for that. But I think that'll tell more of the story. So I kind of taught me a valuable lesson, even though I trust Smith & Wesson. A variety of ammo is definitely something I need to do. So I need to get some more ammo through it, and I think that'll tell the rest of the story. So overall, first impressions, pretty awesome pistol. Those issues do bother me though, okay? So we'll make sure to get some more rounds through this thing next time. If you want to subscribe to the channel, hit your notifications so you don't miss that video or all of the videos I do in the future, whether that's concealed carry, new pistol reviews, rifle reviews, topics that we cover, whole host of topics here. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support me further and join an awesome community, get some cool perks as well over on Patreon, or you can join the channel right here. All of those links are in the description. Big thanks to you guys. See you in the next one. And as always, hold them down.